Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer, and we are playing the Soviet Union in Hearts of Iron 4. It is the 24th of March 1947, and remember that date, because that date is going to go down in history as the date when the Soviet Union triggered World War III by declaring war on the Allies. So, let's see where we stand. So this is going to be the glorious battle for communism over here. It's going to be extremely tough, but we do have a good number of divisions. So most of our divisions are now either modern tanks that you can see over here, or they are guards, which also include some modern tanks. So these guys should be extremely well suited to taking out the enemy forces. You can see this is going to be a global war. The war will be fought over here in Japan. The war will be fought down here in Indochina and Southeast Asia. The war will be fought in Syria and the Middle East. The war will be fought definitively in Europe, with multiple armies converging on Greece, on Yugoslavia, on various bits and pieces here and there, and pretty much everywhere. So, and especially France. The most important concentration of enemies that we can see is up over here in sort of this Savoy region, with an enormous amount of UK troops in these mountains. So we're going to try to crush these while also crushing what it remains of Italy. In the meantime, the war will of course also be fought on the seas against the United Kingdom and against the United States. Unfortunately, we could not get Mexico on our side, but we will be trying to fight them on especially the seas, of course. So let's see what we got, and we got really just multiple armies here and there. I don't think these guys here are going to advance first. Up over here it's looking a little bit better, but Italy will be a tough nut to crack, if nothing else for the amount of troops that have been accumulated. Our most important region, I think, will be Europe. I think this continuous line of allies here will be the most important land combat. We're going to try to squeeze in the French over here. I think that should work relatively well given their low concentration of troops. We're going to send a couple of our tanks up over here along the Mediterranean coast, hoping to grab Marseille relatively quickly, then into Nice, Nisa, and then into Genoa, so that we can cut off most of these guys over here from supply, hopefully. I don't know whether that is going to work out, but we'll try. At the same time, we'll push in from over here. We have a couple of mountaineers that are trying to take out Austria and Switzerland. That will be extremely important because already these guys here are out of supply, and that's not exactly great. I expect the Balkans to be a little bit easier, as is going to be Greece, hopefully, so that should work out relatively fine. We've also got Gibraltar over here. Let's see whether we can crack that nut. I'm not too confident, but we'll see. Right, we also got, ooh, you guys are still transferring to over here. Well, okay, let's wait for these guys to arrive over there, because I would like to keep these islands there. And you should ideally also regain some organizations so that you're not immediately being killed by these Greek divisions over here. Right, that's nicer. And Engineer Company 4, so you know what, that is also a very nice addition to our forces. We've got night vision equipment. We've got pretty much all of this infantry equipment. We don't need to be too concerned about that. I guess we could go a little bit with mountain equipment there, or marines actually, so that both of these would be useful. Again, we have very modern tanks. I don't think we need too much anti-tank stuff. We have pretty much our tanks to deal with enemy tanks. We've got pretty much everything over here except for maybe the mining, demining equipment. Our navy, we're going to look at that in a second over there. We don't really have the doctrines to deal with that, but I think it's going to be alright. I don't think we need strategic bombing. Bombing defense is nice, but not really that critical. Yeah, so I suppose what we could actually do is excavation over here, although I'm guessing synthetic refineries to get some rubber might be nice. Yeah, let's try to do that. We might be looking at a problem there. Right, so let's look at our Air Force and our navies. So in terms of our Air Force, I think it's better if we do it over here because it's so many units. We've got 22,000 fighters. We've got 10,000 naval bombers. We've got about 5,000 scout planes and tactical bombers ready. We've got only 40 strategic bombers. They might be nice because we also have 4 nuclear bombs and we're building more per day. So yeah, I think that's very lovely. About 1 a month or so. We also got ourselves, of course, a very large navy. We've got about 160 active light cruisers plus 11 in reserves there. So these guys are very much geared to a light attack profile. So we are going to try to take out any enemy screens first, and then in a second round try to use our torpedoes to pierce enemy defenses and basically sink their capital ships. Whether or not that is going to work out, I don't know. We do have a little bit of anti-air stuff there, so hopefully that is going to work out. Speaking of our navy, we've basically two groups over here. You guys, your job is going to be to patrol in the Western Mediterranean, and the reason again is because I think this region up here is going to be the most the difficultest to try to attack. Right, so you are going to try to tackle them over here, and you guys are going to do the same thing over here in the Therian Sea, where we are also going to ask you to attack at medium risk, repair priority high. You know what, that's fine. And we should probably select that over here as well. And you can split off if you want to. Yeah, there we go. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to try to get them over here. Ooh, you have actually laid some mines. You know what? We have absolutely zero demining equipment. So maybe instead of the synthetic oil refineries, although I think they will be super useful, let's actually go for the degaussed thing over here. That might be a little bit better. Right, that being said, I think it is time to dial down on the timing over here. Actually go over here and after 10 minutes into the video, actually hit the button over there. So, there we go. We are at war with the United States. They're going to call in all of their allies, I'm pretty sure about that. So far we are fielding about 9 million manpower. They are fielding about 4.4 million, but that I think only includes the United States itself. The United States over about 400 divisions, I would say, likely. We don't pretty much know about them really. I think we know a little bit about them. Yeah, well, we know they have about 20,000 planes. That's all pretty much. We are trying to infiltrate them, so let's see what that is going to do for us. Let's also see their naval count. So okay, they got 17 battleships, 12 carriers, 300 destroyers, 18 heavy cruisers and 77 light cruisers. How about the United Kingdom then? You also have a very substantial amount of 14 capital ships, 88 carriers, 500 destroyers and 84 light cruisers. 500 destroyers is what we are facing off over here. Right, so let's go. So let's go through these armies and just activate them one by one. So you guys up over here, you can try to attack Gibraltar whenever the British will join. You guys over here, you can try to squeeze in the French. You guys over there, you can try to squeeze the French from that line over there. The mechanized forces, you are going to try to make your way through there. Now you guys, I think you would have a big problem trying to break through over here, so we're going to hold off on that for a second here. Whereas our mountain troops, you guys can try to attack the Swiss over there, and these mountain troops can try to attack, where are you? You can try to attack the Austrians whenever they do join, so I think that's great. You guys over here, these sort of purple ones, that's you. You only have 17 divisions, I don't know why. Right, your job is going to go into the Balkans down here. You're going to be supported on this flank over here by these mechanized forces, and I am guessing by a couple of winter armies. Okay, that's alright. And a couple of guard armies that are going to pour in there as well. Oh yeah, you got actually only air raid against other units there. Who are you? No, you're the winter army. Okay, you're part of this attack plan over there. You guys up over here. Yeah, let's trigger that attack plan here, and I think that also includes the attack up here in Norway, which is going to be much less substantial, but I think that's going to be alright. Yeah, and there we go. Right, where are you currently based? You are based in Asia. Yeah, I would like you to advance. Same with you. How about you? Okay, you are the guys in Italy. Now, with the Italians, I'm really not that confident whether you'll be able to break them, but we are going to try anyway and see whether that is going to be successful. Syria, I definitely want to try to get down here into Damascus and then try to get to the Suez Channel so that we are cutting off their reinforcements there. That'd be fantastic. And down here in Burma, we're going to attack as well. So that does leave you guys over here, who could attack from southern Italy into the north, but you're a little bit skeptical of whether or not you're going to be successful. So We are gonna not try to do that for this moment, and again, you are somewhat pessimistic to your chances over there as well. Yeah, so I think that does set it up. In terms of the air, you can see it's a mess, basically. But what's happening here is we are sending quite a couple of strategic bombers into Italy, and their job is to take out, well, not strategic bombers, I should say. It's actually only all of these Type 3 heavy missiles here, which we are going to send there. And the job of these guys here, you know what, except for you guys, is all to go into Italy and take out their airfields. So that's it. I don't want you to do anything else, but I would like you to take out airfields. We do have a couple of guys here on air superiority, and then all of the other guys down there, that's you, my friends, can actually stay down here in southern Iberia and do the very same thing. Go for the airfields down there in Gibraltar. There are about 700 airplanes there, so I think it would be great if we could take them out. The same happens in the Channel area. We are sending a couple of fighters over here, but we are also sending a couple of missiles here from eastern Poland against their airfields and actually radar installation, so that we can take them out there a little bit better. Most of our fighters at this moment are over the English Channel. These are 5,000 jet fighters and about 1,200 aircrafts that are on naval strikes over here. So I expect that to be a lot of traffic over there. We are also pretty much bombing all coastal areas that we do have access to. So most of the Mediterranean is covered. A little bit of that area down here is actually covered. And some of the Caribbean Sea as well, since we do have a base over there. So yeah, pretty much all of these areas here are under naval bombardment. All of our air armies do have attached air wings of traditional fighters, so of piston engine fighters. And these guys do use just, they're just on air intercept actually, so that our armies can operate somewhat unmolested. And our jet fighters are actually working independently of the armies to establish air superiority over the Balkans, over Italy, over the Alps specifically, and over France, and again the Channel and England. So that being said, let's see how things are going to turn out over here. I expect a lot of things to be happening at the same time. We are calling in a couple of allies here, that's alright. Not a big surprise there. All of these guys are still considered, so they all have not joined yet. And they are already starting naval to prepare for a naval invasion. That's interesting, isn't it? Right, and we have spotted an enemy army over here of about 10 to 16 ships. Well, we do have 80 ships here in the region, so let's see what's going to happen over there. And the AI is starting to prepare naval invasions all over the place over here. We are going to lose a couple of regions. That's not the end of the world. And I think here comes the call of the United Kingdom first. So this area here is hostile all of a sudden. That's not a big deal though, but I think that means we are going to send a lot of stuff over here to the UK at this very moment already. And oh my god, just look at all of these navies over here. Oh, you are a little bit caught out there, my friend. I think that's going to be alright. Let's see whether you're going to get home or whether you're going to be sunk in the meantime. So yeah. Greek down there, still no declaration of war from them, but I think very soon the United Kingdom is going to call in pretty much everyone. State of Japan has joined, so let's actually see whether we can see more armies over here. Yeah, they are about at 5 million. And I think the United Kingdom is actually their war leader. Now they have air superiority in the Benelux region. That's interesting. How about the English Channel? No, well, no fact yet. No fact yet over here. Yeah, I think this is all gonna start to blow up very quickly. I don't know why we don't have any active air force over here, but I think that should, again, change extremely rapidly. So, Venezuela. Dominion of India has joined, so we should start to see some battles down here now, and I think you can advance. How are things looking in Japan? I think I actually have not activated your attack plan. Yeah, you're sort of not sure whether you can do this. Let's try to do that anyway, and see whether we are gonna win over there. France has joined, so things in Europe should start to be ticking off as well. So let's see how things are looking over here. Well, interestingly enough, you can pierce our divisions, but I think these are just the old ones. So yeah, you don't really have tanks allocated to you, except for some light tanks, just as other stuff. Right, some successful battles over here it seems, some battles that aren't going that great, especially the ones where we have river crossings over here, but I think it's going to be alright. Oh, there's a border over here which I hadn't really been watching too much, so we'll need to plug that gap at some point. Syria not yet joined. You guys here have not joined, but you have some troops in your vicinity that we should deal with at some point. And then yeah, Austria hasn't joined yet, but France has. So we should see a lot of these guys starting to attack now. Free France has joined. Oh, there's a difference between France and Free France? Oh, well, I didn't know. Right, Spain has joined. Republic in Italy has joined. Right, okay, you guys, can you actually try to attack over here? I think that would be fantastic. Just try to overwhelm them, please. I would very much appreciate if you could be a bit more aggressive here. Mostly so that we can take out these guys faster. Especially our armored units should really make a dash for Nice there. That would be fantastic. If we could take them out over there. Yeah, Italy is not looking quite as great, but yeah, it's something we'll have to consider. Right, so, first couple of days off the war over here. When exactly did we start? I don't think I remember. Right, here is the first naval result where we are losing 2 aircraft against 10 convoys. You know what? I think that is a great exchange rate, especially as we do have quite a number of planes in reserves, especially naval bombers. We have 11,000. We are already starting to be a little bit shy on modern armored modern self-propelled artilleries there, but I think that's going to be okay. Right, a lot of this submarines and convoys being sunk over there. That's alright. A light cruiser sunk already, that's nice. And a couple of destroyers there. But we've got a couple of hundred to go, so yeah, we'll see. More convoys, convoys, convoys. Sort of as we expected. Here are 20 of our light cruisers engaging a heavy cruiser of the French, and a couple of light ships as well, so I think you're probably... No, you're sunk by naval bombers. That's alright there. Can we see whether you're doing any damage against these guys here? Yeah, the game is taking so long to process at this moment. Yeah, okay, well, you're sinking stuff. Let's see how that turns out. Right, and I think we are going to see a lot of diplomatic calls here in just about a second. Right, why don't you guys go over here? Dominion of Canada, United States has Dutch East Indies. So Switzerland and Austria are still neutral, which isn't exactly great for us. I would really like if these guys were active. Iberia, well, that is not a big game changer. Right, let's check over here whether there's anything more significant. A light cruiser there, another light cruiser here. Well, this is all very nice. Yeah, a battleship over there. You were sunk by aircraft, and you were all sunk by light cruisers. Well, that is not too bad at all, actually. So, and the Battle of Gibraltar doesn't seem to be going totally bad for us. We only have 4 divisions in play, but and they have many more, but I think we will be alright over there, actually. So that is fantastic to see. Also seeing the first results over here in the Caribbean. Mostly just convoys being sunk, but a couple of aircraft lost there. That's alright, not a big deal there. Again, we have so many in reserves, 11,000 or so. We can hardly feel them. But we are already coming under attack here as well, and I wonder, do you get the naval penalty? Yes, you do. So that's okay. Let's look at whether we can build up your coastal fort here, because I think that would be fantastic if we could hold on to that province there. Greece hasn't joined yet, so you guys are still safe. Yeah. We are not seeing... Well, we are seeing that they are peeling off a couple of units, which is interesting. There's only a small fortification over here. But there are some mountains all over the place. So, you know what? If we could attack with you guys and have sort of half of you guys join up on that attack, I think we might be able to break through here in the south, and that would be fantastic. Right, you know what? Let's actually join the attack properly here. Yeah, and they are starting to lose a lot of organization value there. Right, French are being completely wiped out here, I think, all of them. I'm actually wondering whether all of my forces are advancing here. Light cruiser, a destroyer, submarines, convoys, 3 destroyers, although we lost a large number of aircraft there. Cruiser submarine, interestingly. Destroyer, destroyer. Oh my, just look at all of this. Submarine, submarine, cruisers, cruiser, convoys, cruiser. Okay, this is not a bad start here for us, I think, at all. They're losing lots and lots of ships, whereas we are losing, well, an unsustainable amount of aircraft, that is for sure. But, I mean, I'm happily going to take these raids over here. So there's another battle over here with a lot of light ships. So this is actually where we should excel at. So we should be wiping these guys out. We've very much optimized our ships for this exact purpose. And you can see they are already withdrawing after losing 10 destroyers over there. We've got now 40 heavy cruisers in, light cruisers actually in this battle, and they have lost about 20 ships or so. There we go. Yeah, they actually lost 20 ships over here at no loss on our side. So I think that is pretty fantastic. And let's briefly check there whether these guys are damaged. Well, actually more or less alright, I think, so that is nice to see, isn't it? Yeah, great, good, I like it. Good, and in addition to that, we are just sinking ships. Shall we actually take a brief look over here on the naval side at just how much lost ships are occurred at all? So, in the current months, battles over time. Noteworthy battles. Current month, yeah. So they lost a bunch of convoys, about 100 convoys already in sort of the first couple of days. They lost 13 submarines, 2 cruisers, and about 40 destroyers. Good, good. I like that. At no loss on our side. So I think that's pretty fantastic. Do we actually have... No, we don't have a similar overview over the air situation, do we? I'd very much like to know just how the air situation looks like. Okay, we are shooting down about 30 aircraft or so. We haven't really lost any. That is nice. How about the English Channel? Enemy ships bombed, quite a couple. 40 fighters lost on their side. About 50 aircraft lost on our side. Well, that's not great. We are losing 4 fighters here against 5 of the enemy. That's okay, I guess. How would our troops in Northern England be bombed? I don't get that. 8 fighters lost, 6 on their side. Yeah, we are doing okay, but not fantastically okay. So that I think we need to keep in mind. Right, you guys are taking these guys out, so that I think is fantastic. Could you just take out that tank for me? Ireland is being called in. Okay, fine. What have we ever done to Ireland? I did not know they were part of the Allies. Right, let's try to just get rid of all of these guys. How about the situation up over here? So you haven't advanced at all, actually. Because these guys all have not joined up yet. That's kind of interesting. 11 destroyers there lost on the Italian side. Jesus. I mean, this war has been going on for, what, a week? And we already lost 45,000 on our side. They lost 500,000. How is that including the destroyers? 20,000. I don't think that actually includes the destroyers. It might actually not include that. Right, so we are seeing the British are streaming down here now. And actually, we do need to grab our tanks here because you guys are doing something stupid. You guys, your job should actually be over here. All of you, please. And then do a swift attack into this region there. And just go ahead with that, please. I'd really like you to push up there. Right, you guys are all just taking this stuff out, so that's nice and dandy. Right. And pretty much everyone is joining at this point, I think. This is real time. This is the game just... Okay, Switzerland, basically everyone is joining. So Switzerland, you should now be invaded there. That should be fantastic. And I think Austria as well. Romania. Jesus, the game is really stuttering here and really not capable of dealing with things. Okay, one of our guys has been killed over the coast of Japan, unfortunately. So let's actually check over there and see what's going on. So how are things in Japan? I think we made some progress here. Well, did we though? I'm wondering whether we are having enough effect here. Okay, the game is just really overwhelmed with this. 30 convoys sunk there, a couple of convoys sunk over there. We are actually short on material, and I'm thinking that's rubber. Let's actually buy quite a bit from Thailand as long as we can. It's probably just all convoys. No, a light cruiser. A couple of destroyers over here. There's a battle over here without submarines. We are sinking a couple of their guys though, so that's nice. And yeah, I'm thinking that we are sinking quite a couple of convoys over here in this region, yeah. So this is all just convoy battles, but I say just convoy battles, but it's mostly, I think, actually units that we are destroying to a large extent. We are losing a lot of aircrafts against their destroyers, but I think at that rate we are going to be super fine. I mean, we do need to kill about several hundreds of destroyers on their side, but yeah, I think we're doing great. There's another battle over here against a couple of submarines. Well, we don't really have enough to deal against enemy submarines, except for our bombers, so let's see whether they're going to be enough. But yeah. Okay, so Austria coming under attack over there as well. And again, more people joining. I just how many guys are we fighting at this point? Eritrea. So we are fighting about 10 million men. So they have about the same number of men as we are fielding over here, but their losses are racking up pretty quickly, I would say. So that is very nice to see. And again, I think these tanks here do need to do a better job down there. But yeah, you guys here should also surrender fairly quickly. So I think at some point soon, within a week or so, we're going to see the first guy surrendering. Why on earth would you be going up here? Come on, just deal with that. Thank you. You guys are dealing with this. Thank you. You should overrun them soon. There we go. So that means the first army here has already done its job. And you guys have done your job down there as well. So that is super nice to see. And let's grab you guys here and actually expand your area defense to include Gibraltar as well. And I think that's nice and dandy. Right, so that does leave us with a single god army over here. That has nothing to do at this point. So we can reshuffle you. And I think the best area for you would be either Norway up there, or actually some area over here. Yeah, and I do think that probably potentially Romania here makes some sense. Oh, can I not edit this? Okay, let's add a front line like this for you guys. Okay, let's start that again. Okay, front line, here we go. Like this. And your job is going to be to advance over here. Simple job, but that should be okay. Right, second guys, that's you. Where are you actually? Over here. Okay, fine. Your job is going to be where? So we could come over towards Morocco over here. Maybe take out the Spanish there at Ceuta. Although I think any naval landing on our side would be a little bit premature at this point. So let's actually not do that at this moment. And instead, you know what, I think over here in India, that is another region that we are a little bit shy on material. So yeah, let's send you over there. You should come there over time. It's not going to be immediate, but yeah, just look at all of these losses. Jesus. Naval side, so how are the losses comparing? So we actually lost a ship over here. Oh my, we lost a submarine. That's so sad. On the other hand, we sunk already within a week of the hostilities. We've sunk 15, 80, 81 light cruisers, nearly 40 submarines, 8 light cruisers, sorry, destroyers that was, and a large number of convoys, 180 convoys. Absolutely Jesus. How are we looking in terms of logistics? Modern self-propelled artillery, 6 days worth of production short on this stuff. Well, we are producing quite a couple of these, aren't we? We are producing 31 per day. We are a little bit shy on chromium now. So I'm guessing we'll have to ask our Turkish brothers to deliver a little bit more. Can we actually expand that in the decisions or something? No, currently not. Well, that's okay. So, that being said, I think now is a very good place to put in a cut. So, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think about our battle here against the Allies. Is it going to go alright? Is it going to be extremely tough for us? I have actually absolutely no idea. On the naval side, honestly, I think it's going alright-ish at the moment. But we have so much stuff to sink on their side that I really don't know whether that is going to work out. We've got about 1.5 million men in reserves. So let's see whether that is going to be enough. I honestly have absolutely no idea. Right, are you guys actually hostile over there? Yeah, you are, so we'll need to deal with you at some point as well. But yeah, we are going to do that as armies over here become available. And as... I'm waiting for all of these guys here to become hostile, actually. You are part of the Allies, aren't you? Yeah, so you will become hostile. The question is only when. It's nice that Austria and these guys have started to join here. Because we really do need to take them out so that we can guarantee the supply into northern Italy. That is a big bottleneck there. It's actually nice that we are taking this over here because that again, opening this path here over the Brenner or something is going to be super useful. Yeah, and you guys are advancing here, so that's nice. And let's try to lock you in onto that path to to Nizza there. Yeah, I think that's going to be alright. And that way we might actually take out the supply of these guys there. That is the biggest concentration of forces that we need to deal with. So, that being said, thank you very much for watching, guys. Do leave a like and a comment, all of that. I see you around next time. Bye bye!